Why they confuse you about what to feed your pet. What causes them to be so confused about what you should feed your pet? When it comes to purchasing or recommending pet diets for healthy pets, a significant number of our customers and some vets report experiencing perplexity. This might cause people's heads to spin because there are so many things to choose from and so many claims that are made about them. A significant portion of the ambiguity can be resolved by gaining a grasp of how these products are sold. The purpose of marketing is to maximize the profit of the company. This is the American way that has led to our tremendous level of success. The act of providing consumers with products that have characteristics that are uniquely appealing to the customer is what constitutes marketing. The customer's ethics, philosophy, or other values may be the basis for the appeal, or it may be a practical requirement. In some cases, it is possible to immediately observe certain characteristics, such as cleaner, whiter, fresher, cheaper, and so on. Other product attributes, such as natural or organic, may not be as simple to check. Ingredient attributes such as grain-free or real meat, which includes beef, poultry, and other items linked to meat, are sold with the inference that these attributes will lead to the intended outcome. Not always is premium the better option. Despite the recession that occurred in the preceding years, it is estimated that over $19 billion was spent on pet food in 2012. This is an increase of more than 50% since the year 2000. Another sociological phenomenon that has emerged over the last decade or two is the growing shift in the perception of cats and dogs from pets to family members, particularly in households that are more financially secure. A recent estimate by Packaged Facts indicated that approximately 10% of the pet food that is marketed in the United States is classified as super premium, which is defined as being priced 20% or more above the norm for the category, and 30% is classified as mass premium, which is priced 10 to 20% above the average for the category 1. Note that the definition of premium was based on the price rather than any proof of superior nutritional quality of the diet, much alone performance meaning any quantitative indicator of health or well-being of any pets fed the food. This is something that should be taken into consideration. Making decisions on the purchase of pet food is the result of a complicated chain of forces. Among them are the internal impacts that customers have, such as their knowledge, attitudes, philosophical, political, and ethical, personality, lifestyle, and so on. Several marketing influences, including the features that are assigned to the product, promotional materials, price, and the degree of service that is offered by the manufacturer, are additional factors that play a role. Other factors include external influences such as culture, group affiliation, and life circumstances. It should not come as a surprise that some of the largest consumer goods firms in the world produce pet foods, as demonstrated in the table below, given the intense rivalry for consumer dollars and the lucrative nature of pet food. A huge number of smaller producers have also entered the market, notably those providing niche pet foods which are frequently classified as super premium according to the description presented above, and they have experienced tremendous growth. The majority of the time, these feeds are marketed at pet specialty stores, where the employees are taught to market the characteristics of the foods. The traits that are being sold, on the other hand, may only communicate certain information to individuals to affect their feelings and behavior during the purchasing process. The marketer or manufacturer rarely provides objective, externally verifiable proof to establish that these traits do contribute to the improved outcomes in terms of the nutritional health of the pet that are inferred. This is something that has been chosen and kept unsaid, whether knowingly or unconsciously. It is the nutrients, not the ingredients, that are essential. As an illustration, particular food ingredients are frequently promoted as either present or absent, with the inference but without the evidence that the presence or absence of these substances will result in a more favorable outcome for the pet and the animal. Nevertheless, there are a variety of reasons why the possibility that the presence or lack of an element will affect the outcome in the pet is only a small percentage. On the other hand, animals require nourishment rather than products. Components are merely the vehicle via which nutrients are transported. The presence of all necessary nutrients in the animal at the appropriate levels and in the suitable balance for the animal that the diet is designed to feed is what decides the outcome in the animal. The phrase complete and balanced is used in the nutritional adequacy statements on pet foods that are mandated in the United States by the Association of American Feed Control Officials, AAFCO. This need serves as the foundation for the wording used in these statements. The second issue is that the ingredient list on a pet food label does not provide any objective means of determining the actual nature of the substance. More on this topic will be covered in a subsequent article, the quantity of the item that is present in the meal or the quality of the ingredient. Considering that the AAFCO and any other regulatory organization do not mandate the disclosure of this information, the only necessary thing is that one take the word of the maker. It is not possible to anticipate the nutritional effect of giving a particular diet to a pet without having access to this information. which is why ingredient names are required. There is a difference between marketing and nutrition. Fortunately, it seems that none of the marketing characteristics appear to have a significant impact on the outcome of the animal, based on the evidence that is now available among the pets belonging to the nation. In this context, I am referring to the fact that the number of documented cases of nutritional deficiencies, toxicities, and imbalances in pets in the United States appears to be extremely low. This is the purpose of the comments made by the American Animal Feed Control Organization, AAFCO. However, this does not mean that problems with pet foods are not recognized and reported. In fact, this is something that happens rather regularly. On the website maintained by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, titled How to Report a Pet Food Complaint, both customers and veterinarians have the opportunity to report issues that they have encountered with pet meals. Additionally, they highlight inquiries into the withdrawal of pet food and recalls of pet food based on these reports. Deficiencies are not the issue, rather the problem is contaminants. As of the end of September, there have been a total of 31 recalls and safety advisories issued for foods and treats intended for cats and dogs in 2013. Only one of these recalls was issued due to the possibility of low levels of a nutrient in a variety of diets. There were no instances of deficiencies found in any of the animals that were fed the diet. In the year 2012, only one of the 26 reports was connected to a nutrient. The vast majority of the reports were for salmonella contamination of items made available for commercial use. The comparison of the number of instances of diet-related nutritional disorders that occurred during 2 recessions provides more evidence that contemporary pet diets are safe from a nutritional standpoint. When I was a senior veterinary student in 1980-1981, there was a recession that caused pet food to be marketed in plain white bags with the words dog food or cat food stenciled on the bag. This was because of the economic slump that occurred at that time. My experience has shown that only young dogs that are still growing have suffered skin problems, and this is most likely because the food contains insufficient levels of zinc. Let's fast forward 30 years to the most recent recession, which was far more severe and lasted for a longer period. To the best of my knowledge, there has not been a single instance of this happening. A lack of clarity is not required. Therefore, it appears that the confusion regarding pet meals is much more tied to the psychological and business aspects of marketing. This, in turn, may be the result of a market that is oversaturated with foods that are satisfactory and are urgently attempting to separate themselves in the mind of the consumer. No clarification is required at this time. When it comes to table wine, my wife makes purchasing judgments based on her aesthetic preference for the label, which typically leads to an amazing conclusion. This is because they are similar to the market conditions described above. According to the research that is currently available, a similar technique appears to be reasonable for pet diets. To put it another way, you should feel at ease purchasing virtually any meal that contains an AAFCO claim that is suitable for your pet, while also being aware that the majority of the reasons you will be pushed to purchase are based on marketing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Your support means the world to us.